In this WrestleTalk news, Jeff Hardy to AEW, Sami Zayn's WWE future, more AEW signings, a done deal, and more.
Give a YouTuber like me the greatest gift he can this Christmas.
Subscribe and enable notifications to always on for daily wrestling news videos.
Support WrestleTalk!
Johnny Gargano, Kyle O'Reilly, Brody King, not Kevin Owens. The last few weeks has felt like everyone, apart from Kevin Owens, will be showing up in AEW imminently. And now we have news of possibly the biggest debut the company has ever seen. Trent's mum, Sue. Following Trent's return to AEW 2 weeks ago, and after Rocky Romero confirmed that Sue is an official member of the New Japan faction Chaos, a stable founded by Shinsuke Nakamura, where she was personally invited to join by Kazuchika Okada, they're a weird faction. She has now posted a video on Twitter of her training for an in-ring debut, lifting a trap bar where she's interrupted by her son Trent.
Well, what are you doing?
Getting ready.
Getting ready for what?
The Bucks.
Did she just say she's getting ready for The Bucks! The Bucks, right! Makes more sense. Damn, stepmother videos are warping my mind. The Bucks themselves answered, tweeting, "We'll end your career in the blink of an eye, Sue." But before then, the Bucks are also teasing another AEW signing, the recently released by WWE, Jeff Hardy. The Bucks have changed their Twitter header photo to a picture of Jeff. Their bio also lists their location as your head rent-free, so this could just be them going tra-la-la-la-lo-la-la-lo-la-la-lo. But their post was retweeted by Jeff's brother, current AEW star Matt Hardy, saying, "I love the Young Bucks constantly changing Twitter bios. They're too good." With the picture that includes Jeff. Just this week, Matt announced he will no longer tweet in character, which makes his Bucks Jeff post even more interesting. Unless his announcement that he'll no longer tweet in character was also him tweeting in character for the tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Jeff was released by WWE just over a week ago after footage emerged the previous weekend of him appearing sluggish at a house show match, before he bizarrely tried to leave through the crowd while the match was still going on. Fightful later reported that WWE had offered Jeff rehab, but he turned it down, giving the company no other option but to let him go. Jeff has had a checkered past with addiction, going to jail in 2011 and most recently being arrested twice in 2019 for public intoxication and driving while impaired, which WWE turned into a storyline the following year, where Sheamus got a urine sample thrown over him. The immediate reaction on anyone leaving WWE right now is enter wrestler name to AEW confirmed, apart from Kevin Owens. But the idea that Jeff could walk right into All Elite given the nature of his departure and AEW's so far exemplary and sensitive handling of personnel issues felt a little jarring, unless those personnel issues have been greatly exaggerated. Thanks for your support on Patreon, Ronald Coleman, baby, and LIW's American Muscle, Tyler Gamola. You can get your own shout out on these videos by going to patreon.com/WrestleTalk. Matt hinted on his Twitch channel this week that the incident that led to Jeff's release wasn't drug-related. Before anyone rushes to judgment, obviously they drug tested him after all this stuff. Wait until you hear the results of that, and when that comes back clean, then hopefully people will feel better about it. Because I feel very good about Jeff. I feel confident about Jeff. And WWE, I understand their stance too. They felt like they were backed into a corner because of his history. Even though they may have jumped the gun with this a little bit, they made a decision and it is what it is. Jeff did say he wasn't going to go to rehabilitation because he didn't feel he needed to, and I don't think he did either. That's the honest to God truth. Jeff has since appeared in the background of one of Matt's streams since, where he said he was listening to a song called Release Me, and that without Matt, there is no poetry in motion, further teasing a Hardy Boys reunion. The more conspiracy theory minded might look at this and see a grand Machiavellian plot. Not so, according to Sean Ross Sapp, who's tweeted, "It seems silly to address this at all, but according to those close with him I spoke to, Jeff Hardy wasn't trying to get fired from WWE. He wasn't working to get out of his deal. The exact phrase I was given was that it was an absurd take. As is the way with practically all conspiracy theories, the truth is likely a lot more mundane and random. Going by Matt's comments that he understood WWE's actions based on Jeff's behavior, and that Jeff himself was only talking about all the things he wanted to do in WWE in interviews just a few weeks prior, is that his release wasn't just a way to jump ship. But now he is free, do you want to see him in AEW soon? I think for pretty much everyone it'll be 100% yes, but it does depend on whether he's in the right place health-wise to do so. Let me know in the comments down below because I'll be replying to as many people as I can for the first 30 minutes after this video goes live. From out of nowhere, while the only shock debut we might have got on AEW's Winter is Coming special on Wednesday was just Sting again, more signs are pointing towards the recent NXT departures of Kyle O'Reilly and Johnny Gargano turning up imminently. And Juzarian has echoed Tony Khan's comments from this week, saying that AEW are spreading out the surprises over the next 4 weeks worth of big shows, which include their holiday specials, the last Dynamite on TNT, the first Dynamite on TBS, and the Battle of the Belts event. Zarian reported debuts are happening, people are showing up in AEW over the next couple of weeks. One person in WWE has apparently told him either Gargano or O'Reilly joining AEW is already a done deal. But it's not always one-way traffic, and more details have come out about Kevin Owens not to AEW confirmed. If you didn't watch Wednesday's Big Fat Quizzlemania of the year, in which case go subscribe to Parts for Known and watch it now, here is the shoot moment I found out KO had decided to stay with WWE.
You know, FightfulSelect.com reported today that he re-signed with WWE.
No.
I was going to say, I've not even seen that.
Auntie.
I haven't.
You haven't?
Ollie, you haven't seen Ollie.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.
It's ridiculous, but it's hard not to take things like this personally, even though I've never met the guy. Kevin Steen/Owens is one of my favourite wrestlers of my adult life, and it's frustrating to watch him year after year not be booked to the extent of what I believe his potential to be. If he doesn't care about WWE's misuse of him, why should I even bother? But at the same time, it's totally his decision, and he's put forward a very compelling case for staying with WWE in his interviews with Pat LaPrade in Le Francais. The decision was pretty easy because it really was the best thing for my family. When it comes to that, it's always a pretty easy decision. WWE has been my home for 7 years, so I have a sense of belonging. Basically, I spent most of my career there. When you look at all the wrestling companies I've wrestled in WWE, that's where I've been the longest. That's where I need to be for the next few years. That's how I felt, and that's the decision I made. Owens said his new contract expires on the 31st of January, just not in 2022. Dave Meltzer and Fightful have since confirmed his new deal is for 3 years, taking him up to the start of 2025 when he'll be in his 40s, and his contract makes him one of the highest paid people in the company, earning between $2 and $3 million a year. Fightful add that KO staying with WWE was received incredibly positively backstage, as he's well respected and liked within the locker room, with one wrestler referring to him as a good moral compass who cares about the safety and well-being of others. One reported example of this is that Owens is one of the few wrestlers who refuses to appear on shows in Saudi Arabia. Apparently, WWE knew 3 weeks ago that KO was likely to re-sign. Zarian reports that AEW made a very nice offer, but WWE countered it. As for his friends in AEW, who all wanted him to come over, with Owens even making references to his PWG faction with the Bucks and Adam Cole on Raw, most everyone was happy for him and believed that AEW would be on the table whenever his deal was up. He continues to maintain good relations with everyone there, according to Fightful. Interestingly, there's been speculation that Owens re-signing with WWE makes it more likely Sami Zayn will also choose to stay with the company, pointing towards his increased TV time recently as a way for them to keep him. Now go and watch Luke's spoiler-free review of Spider-Man No Way Home with me on Cineworld.
Do you want me to tease you
On the P-Creds?
on the P-Creds?
I don't know if I'm...
The P-Creds, we haven't had P-Creds like this in a long time.
God, if I had a penny for every time someone said, oh my God, but these P-Creds are different.
Yeah, and I'm telling you this time, I'm right.